The man could listen. The man could have been rich like Mansa Musa.
Come on.
You couldn't.
Listen. I'll go one step further. He couldn't even have a meeting with us.
Exactly. Because we
Never
just
mind.
know. Yeah.
Like what? About $1 million for a meeting with Diddy? You know? No thanks. Yeah, I don't even want to be in the same room. And this is prior to all this Cassie stuff. As I've said multiple times, I've never liked Puffy. Never liked that. Never. There was some of his spirit just did not catch me. The artists and people them around it was cool. But him, nah.
Yeah, man. These man literally. I told you before. They were able to abuse people because they were put in that position, and people have been conditioned through hip hop as well.
Come on.
Hip hop, the late 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s was all about what? Getting money. How many songs we getting money over here? Bare songs just about money. And I'm saying, don't get it twisted. Man ain't saying that this money, don't chase this bread, but don't chase it by any means necessary.
That's the difference.
What they've did is they've said, yo, we're going to paint the most craziest of narrative. We're going to paint narratives that sound ridiculous, but we bet we can get the masses on side.
Yes.
They're painting a narrative to you that a person was doing the most degrading things for over a decade, being compensated, and they've made it that person can then say after that decade,
I know.
I didn't want to do it. And fair enough, do what you want to do, but then if a man even questions it, you're seeing us supporting this man. But as we see it now, the truth's coming out, and this is what I say to these man. These bad bees that man are running down, they're not worth a penny. They're not worth they may look good, but look at the type of decisions they will make. So, example, 50 Cent, that's a brother who has been very successful in the music world, has gone on to the TV world and is very successful. Mm-hmm. And you lay up with a woman based off of her looks and get her pregnant, and she was in free cuffs. Was in free cuffs. Now, if I impregnate something,
that means you would have been in it bare, yeah?
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. So my man's bred something that has got that type of thinking level, that she's in a... Remember, you're rich. You're a baby. Dad, you're rich. Or supposed to be. But she's doing that for 10K a month. Sucking how much man's wood. Taking how much man's wood unprotected. And you, man, are saying that's a victim. Like, this is crazy to me, and this is what I'm saying. This case is looking crazy. They actually showed the free cuff tapes, and if you look at the backlash from them showing the free cuff tapes, people are now seeing that this was based off of humiliation and nothing more. Because these were consenting adults.
Yes.
And I always give the example, and people hate it, but everybody else is held accountable besides Me Too movement. Mm-hmm. You get me? So I always give examples. I always give examples, and now this case is looking crazy. And now you're seeing all these other guys, Tyler Perry. That was a man who came in there and knew the climate we're living in. You can't get me to believe. I'm not a fan of Tyler Perry in the slightest. You can't get me to believe that a man who stands in that position, who rubs shoulders with people like Prince Harry and people like that, Beyonce and all these people that stay at his house, you can't expect me to believe that he's that reckless as a predator in today's world. Yo, you just can't. Come true, no, come true.
Okay. Just to play righteous advocate of sorts, people get so, when you've got yes people around you, yes, and you've got all this money, and you can literally, I've got a problem. Oh yeah, give me 25K, and the problem's gone. When that happens over a period of time, and you're like, oh, I can. So if I do something wrong, I can just give money. Oh, yeah. Oh shit, yeah. I'm on this thing then. So in essence, the world is mine. So, I can pay police off. I've got a high-paid lawyer and retainer. Anything happens, boom, give the medical settlement thing. I'm just living my thing. I'm the king of my castle. This world is mine. This is the psychology, a psychopathic behavior. These are psychopaths, man, that are being created, and then people are looking up. They're not even looking up, looking into their crack phone, getting hypnotized, saying, "Oh shit, that's the flex. Oh, shit, that's how he's done it. I want to do that. I want my free." Look, think about it. And no one's talking about this. For all the nastiness, the degradation, the sufferation, the alienation of the original man, which is what they're doing, right? There's people looking at that Diddy thing thinking, right, if I can make big money like that, I can get baby, maybe they're not into the baby oil thing, but I can get 15 man and make them run trains on this and blah, blah, blah. They're giving people ideas, man.
Yeah, man. Remember, a lot of these brothers, I was reading about Kanye, yeah, and reading that he had a sex addiction when he first became famous. He used to just run to gal, but then he developed a porn addiction, and he would literally just watch it all day, every day, until he wanted it live. Yeah, he had an addiction, yeah, man. And then he wanted it live. So you see that little thing that he's running around with? Yeah. He'll pay like man to perform with her. He does the same thing. So he'll pay man to perform. Now what I'm saying is, the world I come from, you did that. Because I'm telling you now, man couldn't, there's not enough gold in the world. Man's bottom would never, ever lose its virginity.
What?
Because a man's bottom would mine and certain other man. It doesn't matter what bread you have.
What?
You get me? Because that bread is only worth it to people who see value in it.
There we go.
And that's what that case is about. And now people are waking up. Remember at the start, all the mainstream was scared to say anything. Oh, we can't say that, it's victim blame. Now you're seeing to where yesterday they released a phone call of Cassie threatening her brother.
What?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. They released a phone call of Cassie threatening her, man. I'll kill you. And it won't be me. I'll get someone to do it. And now you're seeing now that what this money did. Did.
Hey, Mark, let me just play righteous advocate again. Could that be AI?
Potentially, but they used it in court though. But potentially it could be. But remember that they're building a case against my man.
Of course,
but now that case, to where the judge people, I don't know how many of you man actually read the transcripts and all that. You know what the judge said a couple of days ago? That is basically leaning towards a mistrial.
Yes, a mistrial.
This is what I'm saying. Yes. We said this from day one about the trafficking and all that. These are people, high paid prostitutes who are being paid to keep up a mazza. And that's what happens when you leave all your morals at the door and a man's got enough bread. These were women that man are in their comments saying, I'll eat your ass, I'll drink your bathwater. These were women like that who are willing to, all you man have to do is win the lottery and you can get them to do that same stuff.
You don't even need to win the lottery. Let's not even go them. Let's keep it on the ground, boots on the ground, sibling. All you need to do is work hard, right? And if whatever their fees, you just save up your money. If it takes you 6 months, then you go and do that there.
Exactly.
You spend your 15K and you say, yo, come over here for a day. This is the itinerary and all your dreams and wishes will be fulfilled, man. We don't need to do the crazy stuff, man. We don't need all of this. Look, the predators and all this madness, you pay like your way. Unfortunately, this is especially in 2025. There should be none of this. Because people got money in their pockets. There's women who are willing to trade, performances for money.
Yeah, man. That's what it is. And that's why now you're seeing all these different people coming out saying, yo, this happened. Again, Tyler Perry, like I said, you can't get me to believe that a man stands in that position. I'm not saying that he's not into certain things, A, B, or C, because more than likely he is. But in today's current climate of him seeing his peers, man like Harvey Weinstein, who have fallen.
There we go. Come on.
He actually, when you look at the text messages, he used Harvey Weinstein as an example. You know what? Have you read the text messages, Noble?
Yeah,
man.
All
right, so we'll tell you what happened, people. This ain't verbatim, by the way. The guy said to Tyler Perry, the only time I'd keep up a Mazza like this is if I'm guaranteed like a mainstream role kind of vibe.
You see?
And you know what Perry said back to him? The only man you'd get that from is Lock Up. He's on about Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey, yes.
So these brothers came in already with a motive.
Come on.
They already came in the door probably thinking, yo, I'll give up this, to get ahead. We have to start shaming these brothers because Perry, you can see that these two men were flirting. Because again, a man sent me a picture of himself topless and tells me that he's a stud. Look at this stud. That's the last text that he sends to me.
He's getting blocked.
He's getting blocked. There's not even a response. That's the last text that you send to me. You get me? However, this brother entertained it. So don't try come round now talking about, oh, I was abused.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Rubbish.
Please,
Rubbish.
get the fuck out of here, man.
All these folks wanted to advance their career. That's it. And Diddy and all these other predators were able to say, yeah, you want to advance your career? Yeah, man, I'll help ya.
Yeah.
Because money means nothing to them. It's like monopoly. And when they see you, remember, they run into real ones, you know. Don't get it twisted. These men run into real ones that there's money on the table and, nah, you're mad. I ain't doing that.
Come on.
I don't care if I don't never be, I ain't doing that. I'll leave.
Mm-hmm.
They have an easier time in today's world because the people them have been conditioned away, especially a lot of these bad bees. This is what I say. You can't look at these bad bees and envy none of them trips to Dubai, them first class flights, them backseat pictures with the stars in the roof, the jewelry, all of that. I don't want none of it if it means I've got to give up my morals.
Yeah.
And this is what's not being said enough. So now with this Diddy case, it's going to be an example because he's not going to jail for life. The embarrassment that the state, what the feds may experience, they might slap him with something just to say like after they've made this a global case.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it was mainly about humiliation, and that's what we're now seeing because the mainstream are now saying the things that the little podcasters and that was saying when it first happened and being attacked for and that, the mainstream are now saying this is a domestic violence case and slight coercive control and domestic violence, coercive control and abuse of power, whatever the case may be.
No RICO.
There weren't no RICO with this. There weren't no RICO. They just wanted to get him out of there. And they've like I said, he's been humiliated now. And if you notice, certain other men now, Tyler Perry, you got Fat Joe, the allegations are going on and on and on. But what's happening now is we're now seeing that the victim mindset is dying and accountability is now being introduced because I ain't even spoke about this person in a long time, but this is one of the people that, again, this platform was spot on about. Krishan Rock. This girl was able to build a whole online presence off of labeling herself as a victim. Now, remember, this is a toxic relationship that was broadcast to the internet. Now, remember, people, both of these guys are both low down, dirty scumbags who shouldn't be on our timelines. Both of them are scum. But she was presented as a victim and she gaslighted millions of women around the world into backing her as a victim. All these women were behind her, T pages. No matter what she did, they blamed him, which again, he's a scumbag anyway, but so is she. And every time she gaslighted them, she'd get back with him. And when she got back with him, she'd speak down on the same women that was backing her. I don't want to be saved. Stay out of my business. Rare. And that's how she would come up every time. Done it for the best part of 4 years. And all these girls backed her and all of this stuff. And now they're finally starting to see what Mans was saying from day one. It's manipulation. Yes. Being a victim is what was in the last 5 years, the last 10 years. You could come out, this man control. No matter what she did, she blamed him. No matter what she did, somehow women blamed him, even when they were broken up. Everything, it was always his fault. This is a toxic relationship that was broadcast to where now they had a child and the child's in the middle of it, being put online, being attacked by people. An innocent child who didn't ask to be born, but two absolute imbeciles who were promoted to this toxic online community were able to do this. And when it's all said and done, it's going to end. This is going to end in either a death,
tragedy,
or a very heavy prison sentence. And when it happens, the internet are not going to take no accountability.